Welcome back to Wildermyth, or Wildermyth, as my friend says. I'm not sure which is correct now. I'm going to be anxious about it. So, thanks for that. Let's get started. This is the 5th episode. I recorded this all in advance, so the narration is going to be a little wonky, but hopefully a lot clearer. Gleaming weird and golden, the profile of rocky hills catches Marber's eye. This is where we left off with them. Let me guess, something up there is angry at us? You never know what you'll find until you look. And there's a wolf-like hill. Upon the hill's summit, nothing's waiting for them. What we have found is a pretty good picnic spot. Then it begins, a thrumming. It grows louder, rumble, rumble. And louder until the stone underfoot clatters, chatters and shakes. Scrumble. It grows louder. Scrowl. Growl until it's a mighty growl. Until it's a mighty growl, clamorous, thundering. And then it resolves. I am the one, the voice of a carnivore, cunning and crooning, warning them to run, promising to give chase. A voice. The one you have hunted so long. Through darks and coins. Marber's not looking happy about this. You have hunted so long for me, and for a brotherhood that should be yours. No, Marber does not look happy about this. Do you know my name? A name? It was the gift I gave to your ancestors. They walked my myth over green field and fallow, to the curves and corners of being they walked. Do you know my name? How? How would I? And Marber's getting more and more irritated by this. A blessing earned through ancient service, an oath written in steps and trails, and sealed with a name. You only need to know it. I'll ask you once more. Do you know my name? Lachias, says Marber. It's like reading a fairy tale from your childhood, only to realize how disturbing it is. Marber doesn't like knowing the name, but he's sure it's right. Nope, he doesn't like this one bit. Yes, I am Lachias, your wolf god. And now you may take my oath, abandon your humanity, my boy, and be blessed as wolf-kind. Mm, I get a choice here. Transformation, it feels like coming home. Or oath, don't be a flapping fool, Marber. Now, there's nothing, I know we're the accord of the paw and everything, but Marber, up to this point, he's not been too impressed with this Lochias fellow. So I'm thinking we're not going to go along with this. Nope. Nope. Let's go. The speaking hill is left to bark at the sunset. +3 charisma to Ulf for that. Well, that was something. And now we're going to build a station here at the Broadleaf Forestry. And we will get a legacy point. Oh, that costs a legacy point. I didn't notice that at the time. Just looking to see all of the resources that these different places give. Broadleaf Forest and a pine forest. That doesn't really give us anything, but the Broadleaf Forest gave us some timber, I think. Now we've got 2 objectives. One is clear all hostile sites. Oops. Yes, we're going to build the station. Looks like we're going to build a forest shrine that provides heartwoods and spell threads. Or a lumber yard provides 2 heartwoods, or a hunter's blind that provides heartwoods and hides. What do you think would be good? I think I went with the forest shrine. I can't remember. It was last week.
Forest shrine and what else?
Yeah, I went with the forest shrine. Yep, so let's go. Marber, Dramhart, and Valden are rivals now. Now, I didn't realize that this game there's an option you can disable, but it has random relationships between the characters. So while they were working on this shrine, Valden and Marber have formed a rivalry. So they're not friends. My goodness. I think we decided to scout. Nope. This is the problem with doing voiceovers after the fact, is I'm not quite sure what I was doing, what I was thinking. I think there I was like, what? Valden and Marber have started a rivalry. What is this about? Okay. And then we do the scouting. Yeah, we have an infestation that started in the Weaver Wild. I need to go and clear that up. There we go. We're going to patrol the Weaver Wild forest and get rid of the lurking gorgons. Okay. Now, if I remember correctly, I got myself in a little bit of trouble. Oh, Valden and Graner are friends now. But Valden and Marber are not. They are rivals. If I remember correctly, you can see at the top there the incursion meter. It's at 178 right now. And I didn't build any defenses, because I was not paying attention to
what was going on?
To that meter, and I didn't realize just how quickly it's filling up. And so what happens when that meter fills up is the Gorgons go on the march, and they basically invade areas that you've already cleared. So things are going to get interesting for us later on, because I wasn't really sure what I was doing at this point. I just knew, okay, this tile is infested, so we'll patrol it and we'll get rid of the gorgons, okay. And then I saw, the other area that we just cleared is now also infested.
Yeah.
And I didn't clue in that maybe I needed to kind of consolidate what I was doing before going ahead and just clearing more and more and scouting more and more places. So see, the calamities have caught up with us, so now we have stronger enemies to deal with. And I only have 3 legacy points left, so I didn't spend those on
The proper things.
So there I see, I finally start to notice that we have 120 days left until the next incursion. And it's starting to build up very quickly. And I think my reasoning was that I thought if I patrol these areas and I clear it, then this is going to slow down the incursion rate, right?
Yeah.
But that's not how it works. So I thought, well, I'll assault this area. I want to patrol first. Sorry about that. As you can see, it's futile. What I'm trying to do here, it doesn't really make much sense, because as soon as I clear some areas, other areas become infested. So
It's not
we
like
decide to clear the see, I'm scouting way down here. It's you can see the meters is filling up. And Graner and Marber went in search of an exile. This was the very first time that a random story, an opportunity had appeared. Graner and Marber are comrades. Yeah. So I didn't realize how to trigger the opportunity that had appeared. And here we have the incursion. Gorgons in great numbers move to attack your lands, driving peaceful folks before them, leveling homes and hallowed places. Your enemies will travel from tile to tile, attacking and destroying sites until they are defeated by heroes in combat or repelled by defenses you've built. So I didn't build any defenses. So, and instead of dealing with that, I decided to deal with this story. It's like I don't know what I was thinking, because I think that those stories can stay there for quite a while. So a death curse had been laid on his head as a boy, the words of some weird witch whose wrath had been stirred. A vulture voice shrieked in Graner's sleep, visiting often on nights of a shadowed moon. This story that's called The Prisoner. Right, so many years went by. As springs piled up, Graner began to feel a clutching hand at his heart. And at last he confided in someone. He chose a friend, a man with whom he'd fought battles and beaten dire odds. Cottage is just up this way. Don't hesitate to say anything if you're worn down. I don't like it. It's hitting me that way yet. I don't think it's hitting me that way yet, says Marber. They travel to the whispered home of an exile, an old mystic reputed to have studied curses and their counters. I do wonder, In stories, the exile, they'll seem kindly, they'll seem like someone who was wronged, only to show their true colors at the critical moment. This isn't a winter tale, Graner. Yeah, this person who was once exiled, and what does that really mean? Exiles are often just people who made too much sense too publicly. That is very true. Of course, I have the benefit of hindsight. What's this lady called? Abwin was the name I heard. Abwin Lob. Trees? Is it the wakeful trees again, all mumbling and moth-peppered? From the far side of the cottage, her creaky voice bleats. Is it trees or the breeze between them, or the hare or the proud owl, muttering to mock my ears on this most markless night? Whatever you be, lostlings or doggins or even a man o' bones, if you creep hankering to my cottage door, be warned, I'm no morsel for a tooth nor treasure for a... It's none of those things, it's just us. Which ones are us?
Pardon?
Then her lantern light finds their faces. Oh! And a laugh spills from her, a burbly, wet, warm laugh. Oh! Is it two couth travellers? Hoo hoo! Come inside, it's late, but my stove's going. There's pig feet pickled 9 years. Chicken I'll chap and simmer. That sounds disgusting. They tell this exiled mystic about Graner's curse as chicken cooks in a bluish bath. Curses, hexes are really extensions of nature, agents of a wild will, like beasts, like fire, eating, breathing, destroying. Once a curse is spun into motion, it follows the course of chaos. The trick, then, is to trap it, to lure it out of the life it circles, and bind it within new bounds. Sure, I know how to do this, but the cost is always steep. Of course. Well, name a price. I bet we can work something out. If you are set on it, then there is somewhere you must go, and you may not well enjoy it, what you find there, but you are to retrieve something, a stone. A stone that was buried in a cave well hidden. There are few objects of power in this world fit to be a home, a prison for a curse. The Dwemerald stone, green and bright. Hope that I am the only one who knows its location. So we get to choose. They leave on the quest of curse breaking as dawn crests the hilltops, or something about the way it feels off. We'll find another way. Alright, so we ended up going with our three heroes and leaving Walden behind. And I know it said not to leave anyone idle. So I was thinking, okay, now what are we going to do with Walden?
Does he have a girlfriend?
So Walden is going to have to just stay idle for a little while. It says, yeah, keep your heroes busy. So checked on Walden, of course. I was like, what am I going to do with him? Because where he's at now, I know that he can be ambushed. So I was thinking he can go to the Raven Glade and maybe he can prepare a defense. So, and I have a choice of tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. I think I went with tier 2, yeah. I figured that it would be something that he can get done fairly quickly. But as you'll see, this isn't really the wisest choice, I think. But this is a mess, really. I really shouldn't have pursued the opportunity when there was a incursion happening. And of course the calamities pile up. So you've got more to deal with, stronger enemies. And I did decide to cancel those two. No. I changed my mind. This is such a mess. So that's where we're at now. Where Arbwin inked their map, an unremarkable tunnel mouth opens. I'm not set on going through with this. Don't even know what's really down there. We've already come this far. Water rubbed this cave into the soft parts of the planet. There's a good, cool air, a strange ancient smell. I wonder if you feel it, being cursed. I wonder if it's something that the body feels. Because this is Marber speaking. Sorry, Graner. Shouldn't you be shouldn't you be? Who knows? No, I mean, I wonder if when it's gone, I'll realize how affected my life's been. I'm not getting it. I'm also just trying to focus, being honest. Say it again? Don't worry about it. Down through the dimming narrows of the cave they stoop, until Marber pulls up. Half-broken wall here, made by people. There they squeeze sidelong between decaying stonework. There's no door, meaning it wasn't meant to be opened. Well, naturally, if you're stowing your hoard, you want to guard it from more than a polite knock. Ambient light seeps from mineral veins in the next chamber. How old is it, though? This mortar comes away like cake paste. And then we find a statue of a paladin. Not just a cave, I guess. She said it was buried. I didn't think she meant buried. There's a grave. It reads, "Everlasting rest now cradles our bright hero, Ansel Aristelas, who tore our world from the talons of hungry evil, and gave his life to free us from tyranny."
Sounds like a Finnish name. Yeah, hold on.
So this jewel we're meant to find, it has to be squirreled away with his bones. You get to choose. Let's not do this, Marber. Or we can dig careful, it's fine. No, I was definitely not doing this. So they leave without the treasure they'd been sent for. The tomb earth remains undisturbed. That hermit woman must have known. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I just did not like that. It had bad vibes. Graner. We're being too, what are these compunctions for? Who are we helping by leaving your hope down there? Hard to know, isn't it? I don't know. My search isn't over, is what I'm saying. Yeah, I've read too many folk tales to know that you don't go disturbing something like that. So it was a very simple choice for me. Not a very simple choice for Graner and Marber, though. So we'll see you next time. I think this is a good place to pause things.